the results are in. America voted, the whole world voted, the whole world watched the video, maybe except for Chris Pratt. Hair loss vote is Chris Pratt, Norwood 3. Maybe I'm wrong, but Chris Pratt is more than welcome to watch my channel. Chris Pratt, if you're watching, which you're not, thanks for watching. So I said, vote, is he Norwood 3? Because I think he is. And I said, if I'm wrong, and you're right and he's only Norwood 2, then you are determining his fate, because he's already past the age of 35. He's 2 years older than me, and I'm 36, so he's 38 now. So with him being 2 years older than me, he would have already crossed that age 35. When you turn age 35, if you're still Norwood 2, you get to keep most of your hair the rest of your life. If you're Norwood 3 or beyond, you're going to be bald the rest of your life. That's one of my theories. Okay? So this is a very important and relevant question. Most of you said Norwood 2. I said whatever you vote will determine his fate. So I'm going to stand by my word. Chris Pratt will not go bald, because you voted Norwood 2. However, you're only winning this, and Chris Pratt is only keeping his hair because of a technicality. And Robert has unveiled it. Here it is. Robert said this in the comments. Chris Pratt is currently a mild Norwood 3. Your assessment is correct. I could see how some might call it an advanced Norwood 2, but that's getting a little too far into the hairline weeds for my taste. His hair looks good. I don't see too much significant thinning. He's an A-list Hollywood star. Accordingly, I'd be shocked if he's a Norwood 4 by age 50. Alopecia, hair transplant, Rogaine hair system. If needed, lasers are all they bought. End quote. That's actually in the comment, actually. It really is. The point being this. He's an A-list Hollywood star. He's not going to lose his hair. Hollywood intervention. That's the reason he's not going to lose his hair. So really, it's all good. You were right, or well, you said he was Norwood 2, and even though you weren't right about the assessment, he still gets to keep his hair because he's an A-list Hollywood guy, that he's going to have something done to make sure that he keeps his hair. So it all works out in the end. And even here's a follow-up comment that Maxwell Smart left for Robert, saying this. Maxwell Smart's a barber, he would know. Quote, Robert, I had no idea who Chris Pratt is. I actually found 2 photos that show greater recession than Nick's own. The peninsula seemed much thinner too. I think he may wear a hairpiece or a weave of some kind. If Nick is a solid Norwood 3, then Chris Pratt is already an early Norwood 4, according to those images, end quote. So, there we go. It goes back to this concept that if I made a video right now and no one had ever seen me, and I said, hey, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going bald, what Norwood am I? A lot of people would look at me and might say Norwood 2, especially on a better hair day, right? But even beyond that, there's speculation that he's had work done because he is in Hollywood. Matthew McConaughey, Google Matthew McConaughey, seriously. It's like a puff up here. There's like a mugshot, and you can clearly tell that the hair you see on his head today was not the hair that was on his hair years ago, okay? Chris Pratt turned 35 in 2014, the year of Guardians of the Galaxy 1. So by that age, if he was Norwood 3, he's got my destiny, which he will be losing his hair the rest of his life because he was already Norwood 3 at that stage, which he was. He's currently, I think, 38 years old, 2 years older than me. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, age 35. It's all right there. And now we've got people saying, well, surely he's got reasons why he's still got his hair. And I haven't even seen the pictures that Max has seen. And the point of this video is not to, you know, like put Chris Pratt on some kind of thing and like throw tomatoes at him. Not at all. It's to use him as an example to kind of gauge where the rest of us are at. But we have to remind ourselves that what we see on TV is often not what is reality. Now, let's close with this. What if I were in Chris Pratt's position? Would I prevent this from leaving me further? Would I? If I was the star of Jurassic World and Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was pushing 40, and I was starting to bald, would I stop it? Here's my answer. I don't blame him at all for doing what he's doing. if he's doing it, which we assume he is. I don't blame it at all. Good for him is what I say. As for me personally, I'm too much of a rebel. You know me. And what would I do? I'd go on Jimmy Kimmel and I would say, you know what? I want to make an announcement. I'm 38 years old. I'm actually starting to bald. If you can't notice, I actually am. And here in Hollywood, they want me to get a hair transplant or a weave and all that stuff. A lot of stars do it. That's normal. But you know what, world? I want to announce right now, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be me. You're going to watch me go bald. So if they'll still have me in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, even though I'm starting to show a peninsula patch up here, and you can tell I'm thinning, I'm going to do it. See, that's what I would say. Because hair loss is so much a part of my identity, and it doesn't bother me. And I would rebel against Hollywood. And if it cost me my career in Hollywood at that point, just Google how much Chris Pratt is worth. I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with making a bold statement that forget Hollywood, forget the superficial thing that I've got to do something to stop this. But that's just me.